mentioned on the floor that you thought during the fourth quarter the difference was defensively. You guys shut things down a little bit, especially during that 17-point run. Would you agree with that assessment, or what would you see as the difference?
I would think that's a very astute comment right there. I mean, I don't know what they shot. It was like the quarter we had against. It was very similar to our third quarter in San Antonio. I'm going to guess they were like 2 or 3 for 20-something. We can't play much better defensively than we did. It's, you know, obviously they're a good team. We caught a break because they played last night, and we were playing in our building, and we took advantage of that. We had, you know, Paul was not, you know, just coming back from the fluke. We had about 3 guys in similar circumstances. So, I mean, I just, you know, Joe's still a couple days removed from the congestion. He did a great job there. I'm not sure if he was going to play, and we played him 41 minutes. So that's how bright I am. Hump gave us a great lift off the bench, came in and really defended David well, really made him work, and played well. He had a bunch of rebounds in not too many minutes. He's got 10 points and 9 rebounds in 17 minutes. Brooke in the second half was excellent. There's a different word for his first half, but second half he was excellent. He defended, he rebounded, he controlled the boards. We had 16 offensive rebounds. I mean, we beat a good team in a tough circumstance. We were down, I thought it was 10, we were down 12. So we hung in, and these guys, you know, found a way to win. Deron, and I haven't even talked about them, I talked to Deron a little bit. Deron and Joe were great. I mean, they both had about 20 and played the hell out of it. Played big minutes and really played, and I'm sure I'm forgetting somebody. Bogue's defense in the first quarter on Paul was excellent. You know, I mean, name it, CJ gave us really good minutes off the bench again. We played well. We beat a good team. We played well to do that, particularly when we dug the hole that we did and came back. And we flipped. They did that to us in one of the quarters. I can't remember which one, where it was 5-0 fouls and it killed us, and they like just lit us up. And we were able to flip it and do the same thing to them in the fourth, which was, you know, really good. Good to see us take advantage of that situation.
PJ, you talked a lot about confidence, you know, and obviously this team didn't have it in December, but how confident is this team right now?
I mean, I think very. I just think that, you know, sometimes too, for me, they're not worried. You know, we get down a bunch, and you know, we're saying we got to turn it up. We got to start defending. Again, I mean, the defense fuels us. I mean, I know you talk about how much we're scoring and everything recently, which is true. But the reason we are is we're getting stops, and we're getting some transition stuff, and we're getting some easy buckets, and we're getting to the free throw line. We shot 31 again tonight. If you've noticed, we've had a pretty good free throw disparity a number of games in a row. A lot of that has to do with we're getting stops, so we're not taking the ball out of bounds. You think of, you know, we took the ball out of bounds a lot when we were struggling, and we walked the ball up the court, and the other team's got 5 guys back. Now we're getting a little transition, we're getting to the rim. You know, we got creases, we're not playing against 5 guys, so we're accumulating fouls and getting trips to the free throw line and getting offensive rebounds. I mean, when you get offensive rebounds and free throws, you know, I call them easy points. They're not easy because you got to work to get them, but those are huge. And then you make 3-point shots on top of that. It's a great offensive formula, but a lot of that starts with defense and rebounding, limiting a team to 1 shot, and playing more open floor than we've been playing when we weren't defending well.
PJ, you mentioned Brooks' difference in between the first and second half. With Hibbert being a guy that's given him trouble in the past, what did he do differently to achieve those results? He
was more aggressive. He took advantage of the fact that Roy was saddled with fouls, and unlike the first half when he kind of was leaning and looking to get fouled as opposed to taking the ball strong to the basket. When you look to get fouled, you usually don't. You make like this little stupid stuff you're trying to invent. But when you just go strong, maybe every once in a while you're going to get an offensive foul. Like Dre got one, I think. Was it Dre that got that one? But they were going strong to the basket. I thought both of them in the first half were not aggressive enough taking the ball to the. These guys are so good blocking shots, Jan and Roy, that if you don't take it, it makes it even worse. You know, like if you just say, well, they're really good shot blockers, and you start trying to do that as opposed to just taking it right at them. I mean, you got to go at a shot blocker, or they're just, you know, they're going to do more damage just standing there. So I thought Dre was too. But Brooke, we played Brooke more minutes because I thought he was going good in the second half.
You talked before the game about how this was a huge game for you guys because of their standings, position in the standings. It seemed like you went to your starters early in the fourth. How big was this win just in the fact you're able to come out and get away.
Well,
with this.
I mean, it's January. I mean, it's early January or mid-January, whatever the hell it is. It's too early to really say big. The reason I thought it was big was we're only playing these guys 3 times this year, and only one is here. We got to go to their joint twice, whatever the name of it is now, Conseco. And they're a team that's ahead of us in the standings. And when you get them on a back-to-back coming to your building, and it's the only time they're here this year, I thought that made it a big game. Also, the fact that we've been on a pretty good run, and this is a very good, they've been on a very good run too. So you got a team coming in, it's a very good team, also playing very well. So I think that's that made it a big game.
Last question, Jim.
PJ, in the 17-0 run in the fourth quarter, it seemed like you used a lot of CJ, Deron, and Joe on the floor at the same time. How much was that by design? What did you see there?
No, CJ was playing well. I thought Bogues played very well. I wanted to get Stack more minutes. And Marshawn, I thought played all right, but we're struggling with defensive matchups. They come at you with a lot of athletic guys, and I just felt we didn't have matchups. DJ was on the floor for a while, so we could put CJ on it. It was good, and obviously they were playing together, so we just said, let it go. I might have, probably if we weren't playing as well, I probably would have gone back to somebody else, but they were just in such a good flow, and CJ contributed to that. Sometimes he went a while without getting shots, but then when he got a shot, he actually made a good drive too. He just made a bad decision on that baseline pass, but he played well. I mean, the reason those guys played where they played well. The way Hump played, you would have had thought he's going to be back in the fourth quarter, but just the guys that were on the floor were in such a good flow, and we got timeouts. Frank had to stop it a couple times. Frank was using his timeouts to stop us, and that so we were able to get rest. So I didn't think anybody was exhausted, so that's why we just said let these guys play.
Okay, thank you, everyone.
No, not really. We had Gerald out already. We won 5 in a row. Last time we won 5 in a row, we went on 3-13. So this was a big game for us. Given it, who it was. Indiana team that's been playing really good basketball. It's going to be in the playoffs, and we needed this game.
Do you expect to play 41 minutes?
I knew I was going to play a lot just because the more I sit out, the more it tightens up. The best thing to do is just keep playing through it.
Can you talk a little bit about the comeback that you guys made, how you basically shut them down from the late third quarter to the fourth quarter?
Yeah, I mean, we stepped our defense up, We talked about it in the huddle, going into the fourth, that we needed to up our defense to come out there and be dedicated to get stops, and that's what we did, It led to a lot of easy baskets. We were able to get out and push the ball. When we're just trading baskets, they're scoring. It's hard for us to get out in transition and get easy looks.
Both teams came in pretty hot. You obviously still are. Did you guys have a little special, incentive tonight going against?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, this was a big game for us. We won 5 in a row, but most of them, maybe all of them, are against teams that are under 500. So, this was a good test for us, a good challenge against a good team, and. I'm glad that we came ready and stepped up our game in the fourth quarter.
Does that run in the fourth, the 17-0 mean anymore going up against the best defense in the league? Put together everything like that?
Yeah, I mean, it just speaks on what we're trying to do here. We knew we struggled a little bit in that third quarter. We got ourselves into a rut, but we just hung in there. We didn't give up. We were able to come out and get stops. We talked about it, and we were able to go out there and do it. And that's been the change, I think, lately, is, we realize when we got to step up, and we got to play a little bit better and put forth a little more energy, and we're actually doing it instead of just talking about it.
I've talked about your personal confidence, but where's the confidence of this group and right now the way you guys are playing?
We're just having a lot more fun. I think you can just see it on our faces. When we help each other out on defense, we're getting stops, we're able to get out and run, and swing the ball, share the ball, get open shots. I mean, that's a fun way to play basketball. That's how we want to play. And when we do that, we're successful.
How confident are you right now? You're having like 32 straight free throws or something ridiculous?
Yeah, I'm pretty confident, man. I think, early on what hurt me was I just wanted to practice so much. I kind of feel like I'm soft. I don't practice, and my teammates don't have to practice. But, I've just been a lot smarter about it lately. I think it's one of those things where you want it in practice or you want it in games. And, because of that, my ankles feel better, my wrist feels better. So, that's a big key, for me. I think just going through my head, you know, it feels a lot better. You know, more confident. Just because I know I'm not, you know, as injured, and it doesn't affect you, it doesn't weigh on me.
What does it say about your team that even without a starter, Joe Wallace, they were able to get a quality win over a quality opponent like that?
Well, we pride ourselves that we have a strong, tough bench, and you know, when a guy like Gerald's out, we're definitely missing a lot out there. But you know, Bowman was ready to play today, and Marshawn was ready to play today, and we got a lot of production from CJ today. He had a huge game for us and played, you know, key down the stretch for us. So, you know, it's one of those things where guys out, but we got guys ready to play, ready to lace them up and give it a go.
How does the adrenaline kick in? Because I guess once you're out there and you're in a run like that, you probably just don't feel that at all.
I'm not a scientist, man. I don't know. Adrenaline works.
But do you, what's it like? Do you feel it at all when you're out
there?
Yeah,
I mean, I felt it out there. You know, definitely. You know, I was in pain, but it wasn't bad. It was just, you know, it's kind of annoying, a nuisance, but you know, it didn't affect me. It didn't affect my play really.
Deron, when Brooks struggling a little bit against some of those bigger centers like he did tonight, what makes that switch happen for him? Is it something the other guys say, or does he just internally kind of?
I think it was a little bit of both. You know, he knew he was, you know, at times going up a little soft, and you know, Roy Herbert's a good defensive player. You know, he's a good defensive center, and you know, he was making it tough for Brooks to get a lot of his shots off. And I think in the second half, he's just really the fourth quarter, he's just a lot more aggressive. You know, went up stronger. You know, he got those two you know, 17-foot jump shots that gave him a little confidence, and once he got that, you know, he was ready to go.
Is that something most centers don't have in the repertoire?
Yeah, not many of them.
Did you get here early today, just to kind of test it out?
I always get here early. I'm always here, you know, 3 hours for a game.
That run was all you, Joe, and Brooke. Do the three of you feel like you're starting to get into a comfortable rhythm there out on the court together?
Well, I think we know that you know, for this team to be successful, this team to be where we want it to be, you know, we got to be there pretty much every night, you know. And if we get, you know, production from, you know, 3, 4 other guys, then we're going to have a chance to beat anybody. And so I think that's where we're at right now.
You tend to be an encourager of whoever is not playing. You encourage them. Like tonight it was Humphries. What sort of things do you say to guys like that to keep their confidence up?
Well, I mean, Hump's pretty tough. He's pretty resilient. He's been through a lot. So he's one of those guys you don't really have to say much to. You know, he gets himself going. He gets himself ready for games. And, you know, he's been injured and he's battling through, you know, an ankle injury and you know, came out and he also had a great game for us. He gave us some great minutes. And but, you know, as a whole, I think we're just encouraging each other right now. You know, like I said, we're having fun. We're enjoying playing together. So, you know, that's the most important thing.
So you switched up your practice routine, you said, a little bit?
I just haven't been practicing as much.
Okay.
Yeah, I haven't been practicing as much. You know, shoot-arounds I don't do as much. Just trying to, you know, keep the pounding to a minimum when I'm not playing games. So.
Okay.
All right, guys. Defense as being the biggest difference in that fourth quarter. What adjustments did you guys make from the third to fourth defensively?
We just really took initiative, man, and buckled down defensively. We knew coming into the quarter, I think we were down 5 or 6, and we knew we had to have probably our best defensive quarter the whole game, and we came out and did that.
When you look at Deron, you know, after last game he was hobbling, he was barely able to walk. How impressed were you with the performance he was able to turn out?
I was very impressed because when I talked to him this morning, he was giving me the, like, I don't know if I'm going to go, but the fact that he suited up and he came out there and was a trooper and led us to victory, it means a lot. It shows a lot.
You guys have been beating up on teams lately. This one coming in red hot. Was this a little bit of a gauge for you guys to kind of see where you are against teams above 500?
Yeah, definitely. We were playing well. They were playing well. We wanted to take home court, and we came out, man. And that fourth quarter is really when we won the game.
You say with the team now, your strength is the second half, whereas it's sort of a liability over the season.
I guess it's a good thing right now. It's always a tale of 2 halves, and in the second half, we always want to be the best team. And of late,
How much confidence is this team playing with right now?
We've got a lot of confidence. We're having fun, and it's just translated to wins.
Joe, a lot of the streak keeps going against some sub-500 teams. And all that, emphasis was kind of on the top of the conference, but it just wasn't for you.
Yeah, definitely. Well, we know we're a pretty good team, man. We're playing in the middle, and we're capable of beating any team in this league, so it's no surprise.
How big was that to come out before the quarter like that? You with Brooke there, you guys all against a team, especially them,
a defensive team like that?
Well, that's what we wanted to do. We come out in that fourth quarter, roll our strengths, make plays. Williams makes plays, I'll make plays, break books, plays. So it was great, man, to kind of get that rolling.
Do you feel like the three of you are kind of settling into a comfortable pattern here, just like you want to play?
I think it's getting better. We're still learning from it. And right now we're just trying to keep guys healthy, man, so, we can hit on all cylinders at the right time.
Is there something to the fact that maybe you turn the page on December in 2012 and got into 2013, it's almost like a new team?
Yeah, definitely. When we had that loss in San Antonio, we wanted to put that whole year behind us, honestly. And, it just shows because we came out of OKC and was a totally different team. And ever since then, we've kind of been, rolling. So we want to keep this thing up, man. We don't want to stop.
How are you? Talk about health. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling pretty good. I'm still a little under the weather. I don't know if you can tell how I sound, but I'm all right. And ain't nothing gonna keep me away from the game.
You got Atlanta coming up. What's that gonna be like for you?
It'll be fun, man. It's always great to see some familiar faces, get a chance to play against some old teammates, some good friends, and I'm sure it'll be a lot of fun.
Joe, you had mentioned that you had talked to Deron this morning. Did it sound like he wasn't going to?
Nah, I think he was just pulling my leg. I think he was trying to get me worried, but I knew he was going to come out here and play.
Has he been you've seen it, has he been a totally different player this last 2 weeks?
Yeah, definitely. I think just more vocally, just leading really by, going out and really playing hard night in, night out. But he's banged up, he's been pretty banged up, this whole year, so. The fact that he hasn't really, he's missed one game, but other than that, man, he's stuck it out and played.
He's always talking about confidence. Is that the big difference you see from him? He's confident.
Oh yeah, definitely. Well, when he's confident, we're a confident team. And, just goes to show, man, he's leading us in the right direction.
Joe, you talk about Russian night? You see things that were going Russian
complimented your effort on the coach today. How did it feel for you to be put back in there and play after this?
Well, it felt good. Still not 100%. It just felt good, contributing a win like this, and just rolling. So it's nice to be out there.
How difficult is it for you when the teammates are really like this, not being able to be out there?
Well, it's tough to miss games, but luckily we're playing so great. And, when you're missing those games, you get to watch some wins. That's always good.
So Kris, what was your first responsibility tonight? Was it to stop West? Was that your first thing?
Well, yeah, he came in the game and hit a bunch of shots. I think we probably should have pushed up more on him and put him on the floor. So, when I came in the game, I was just my focus was to take away that initial shot and make him become a driver.
You feel like you played a lot differently tonight. Was it a matter of being healthy? Was it just a matter of having a new focus?
I don't know. We're playing well as a team. It's not about me. It's about us. And, if I can contribute and we can win, that's what matters. So that's where my focus is at.
You mentioned that. How much do guys feed off of each other when you are playing well or going well?
I think we definitely do. That's when our team's at its best. We have Brooks steps up, makes some big shots in the fourth quarter. We got Deron's doing his thing. Everyone kind of has a role and can get us going, so we feed off of each other.
How does defense lead to your offense?
Well, yeah, I think that when we get stops, we can get out and run, and we can have, not so much pressure on our offense. If we're playing good deep, it's a lot easier to go out there and execute.
Beating teams like Washington, those teams. When you beat a team like this, is this going to convince you guys, or were you convinced before?
I think that we have a confidence about ourselves, and we're going to play that way. It's obviously nice to win games and we have a little streak. It's a big winners, but for us, we know what we're capable of, so it's just about doing it every night. I know you want to hype it up and stuff, but we're just focused one game at a time. It's the biggest sports cliche.
Well, how do you keep your confidence up? Playing time hasn't been there. You have to see everything healthy.
Yeah, it's definitely tough, to deal with injuries and not really be in the flow. But you know, I was able to get it going tonight, contribute. So, and above all, we won. So, you know, it's one of the toughest things is being in and out of the lineup and trying to be effective.
While you've been out, what have you noticed the biggest difference has been about Deron?
I mean, he's shooting the ball with confidence, but you know, I've seen him play for a long time, so it's, you know, you always know he's going to come around. So I'm never worried about Deron. Thanks, guys.